Dear friends, we are going to our lunch place. Most of the time, when people travel, they think about the fancy food, elaborate food. But how about the basic food, daily food? So today I would like to take you to a pizza restaurant, Turkish pizza restaurant, and we will have yummy Turkish pizza. And my recommendation is, and this is the food of the day, Turkish pizza. Turkish pizza is pizza bianca. Pizza without tomato sauce. And you know that we love tomatoes, but it ended up that we don't use the tomato paste or tomato sauce with the pizza. So it is lamb and beef, ground lamb and beef mixed with vegetables. Onion, parsley, tomato, and pepper. And if you want, you can add cheddar cheese at the top. But don't imagine American pizza, lots of cheese. So there will be little cheddar sprinkle. It doesn't mean that we are stingy, but that's our taste. Less cheese, more meat. Okay? That's our taste.
I'm lucky today because I got to make my own Turkish pizza with my own hands. I got to roll the dough, I got to put the meat on it, I got to put it in the baked oven with fire, and it was pretty cool. This is probably my favorite moments of the trip. Got to make my own pizza, and I get to enjoy it. Hopefully it's edible and tastes good.
Delicious. Plain sunti, that was delicious.
This was quite edible. I think it's even more edible than anybody else's because these magic hands were able to produce their magic on this fabulous pizza.
The cats don't really seem to want to come close to me. I seem to repel them.
It is the time to recognize the most inspirational person, Turkish person of the day. Andrew, it's your turn. Who do you think who he or she is?
Today's lander of the day goes to the guy on this trip we could not do without, and that is our bus driver, Altan Ozinan. And this guy is a real stud. I handpicked him for this trip. Altan was a taxi driver in Ankara for a few years, and he's been behind the wheel of a bus for 23 years now. That's longer than I've even been born. Crazy. He once drove for a 52-hour stretch with only one break. This guy is a marathon driver, and he says 500 to 600 kilometers are no problem to him. I asked him, when was the last time you got nervous behind the wheel? He says, never. I don't ever get nervous behind the wheel. Altan, thank you for being the guy behind the wheel, driving us safely from A to B, and congratulations.
Dear friends, we are done with Alexandria, Troas, and Assos. I hope you enjoy the sites, and I would like to learn your impression and your reflection on those sites.
Assos was amazing. You can really tell why they built the city right there because it's just this beautiful view, gorgeous of the Aegean, and you can see the island of Lesbos out in the background. And just sitting in the theater there and having a lecture there was absolutely just, words can't describe it. Being able to be taught in this theater with this view that the ancient Greeks had, that it's just indescribable how amazing and how just pure, naturally beautiful it is there, and how the Greeks were able to utilize that and build their city there, and it's still all there for us to still go see, and it's wonderfully preserved, and it was just a great experience.
I think what surprises me the most about Alexandria, Troas, and Assos was how extremely hot it was and how huge the marble buildings were. I could just see men lugging these giant chunks of marble, building these huge temples, and I can imagine the sweat just running down them.
Walking the trail of Paul from Troas, Alexandria to the baths was probably one of the most interesting experiences I've had. Just sitting there and thinking, I've studied a lot about Paul in my life, and so actually being able to go to a site where he was actually walking, and then walking from the bottom of Assos up to the top, and just thinking he probably walked up these roads. That was honestly mind-boggling. It was probably the best thing that's happened so far.
Friends at home, we are done for today with Alexandria, Troas, and Assos. Where do you want to go next? Priene, the Pompeii of Asia Minor, or Didyma, the third biggest temple of the ancient world and the best preserved at the present day. See you next time on the Turkish Zag Travel Show.